Mori ore te whānau, no mai hoki mai, welcome back to the practice run, your frontline pass at the heart of sports action, brought to you by 99 Dreams, empowering others to chase their dreams with your host, Rawiri Tukoerangi, and tonight, no one else, just us two. We're diving deep into the thrilling world of the NRL and rugby league today, and who knows where the game will take us tomorrow. From the try line to the sideline, we've got you covered.
Strap in as we tackle the big plays, the game-changing moments, and the stories that define legends. Whether you're a seasoned vet or this is your first hit-up, the practice run is for everyone. Every run, every tackle, every win, experience the rush with us.
With exclusive insights, couch analysis, and a touch of humour, the practice run is here to keep you entertained, informed, and part of our practice squad. Because here, every practice run takes us one step closer to glory.
The Practice Squad, where every listener is MVP, powering our play every episode, every day. Would also like to give thanks to 99 Dreams for powering our passion. Now let's kick things off with today's lineup.
Hey, today, I know it's a little bit late. Everyone else has dropped their origin episodes like on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday even. And we're dropping ours on Thursday because we're a little bit different. We didn't want to cram so much into one episode, so we're doing it today. So we've got the origin episode today. We're looking at game 3, checking out their lineups and just debating a little bit about those. We're also going to dive in because it's like what is it? We're at the thirdest part of the thirdest part of the... Man, that put me in a stutter. That put me in a stutter, bruh. That was so good.
My goodness, I was like, what the hell did you just say?
The thirdest part of the season. Is it like a thirdle? How do we...
I don't know.
What is it?
It's like the second, third, almost entering the final trimester. Is that what they would say? I guess that's what they say.
There we go. That's...
You know.
Why didn't you say it then? Why didn't you lead? That sounded way better than what I said.
I don't know. Look, we're here now. Just go with it. Thirdest.
This is our thirdest part of the season. We're doing a thirdest breakdown on Dally M's. Gee, I fobbed out. You just take it from here.
So in this episode, we're breaking down pretty much the second third of the season. We're almost 2/3, or we are 2/3 of the way through. So about to enter the final trimester, I guess you could say, of the season. So we're just going to go over our Dalian team of the year up until this point. And maybe we'll talk about who we think is going to carry on and all that. Other than that, though, after that, we'll be going over your standard, what week is this?
19.
Week 19. Look forward to all those matchups. But yeah, pretty much. That's what we got.
Well, we always start off our episodes with a paper, scissors, rock. And if you're new here, this is just how we do. I'm on a losing streak. Tu's on a winning streak. If you're a regular listener, you already know. You're probably keeping count at home. If someone is, can you just let us know who's actually winning? I just want to see if anyone's been keeping track all these weeks. But if you don't know, this is how it goes. Paper beats rock. Rock beats scissors. And scissors beats paper.
Mm-hmm.
We say 1, 2, 3, shoot. And we shoot. All right, here we go. Are you ready, G?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, shoot. And up.
Oh, we haven't had a draw in ages.
Nah, that's a good one. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, shoot. And up.
Hey!
Ah! I thought we were going to have another standoff. I was kind of just preparing for it. I was like, let's just see if it happens. If it happens, it happens. It's a good time.
The standoff.
Oh, man. Hey, bro, before we dive into it, how's the week been? What have you been up
to? Week hasn't been too bad. Still trying to recover from freaking Sunday's training, which it's not looking too good. The body can't hold up like what it used to, man. We're taking a whole week just to recover from one hearty session, which is no good. Other than that, though, trying to keep training going. If we can't train, we just turn it into long bike rides, zone 2 sort of training, just to keep the body moving. Try to get it up to speed, but Other than that, man, not much really. Works going well. Works work, I guess. And the gym's gym. But no, we're pretty good, man. Got a new hustle. Tops just came in for the 8-week
Ooh,
challenge. Got it for free, of course. Just took my
Lego.
name, and I was like, surely I get it for free. Um, but yeah, no, man. Other than that, nothing much. What about you? What you been up to?
Hey man, just same old same man. We just mahi. I've been looking at some more cameras online so we get some different what do they call it? Point of views on the
Yeah.
bike. So I'm looking at because I see on TikTok, man, they have those cameras behind them. And it's like GTA. You're looking just behind the rider and stuff like that. And then I'm looking at getting a camera that just looks at me, looking at you, looking at me, looking at you, sort of thing. So yeah, man. But I'm not rich. It's all going on Afterpay. So
Yeah.
yeah. Unless I hit the win on the TAB this weekend, far note, which fingers crossed we do. I mean, every weekend with fingers crossed we hoping we win. But yeah, unless I win that, we're getting on an Afterpay. So yeah, if you watch Wrench Throttle, be sure to look out in the next 2 months for new camera angles. I'm giving myself a 2 month time frame, G, because if I say next week, I'm gonna be broke as hell eating noodles, and I don't want to eat noodles. And also, I caught up with Jack this morning, so yeah, that was good catching up with the bro. Uh, he's doing good. We talked about it in the group chat the other day. It's like it's been a minute since we heard from him. Well, I actually
Yeah.
messaged him, and he told me he's like, bro, I was gonna message you. He's like, I've been thinking about all the boys and seeing what they're up to. He's like, we should catch up for a
Hey.
Zoom. So I was like, yo, 100 G, that's us. We'll catch up. And so yeah, he went to a spot in Dunedin, and I just did it from home. G. I thought about like jumping on the bike, recording, heading out there, then pulling up the laptop, setting up a camera at the cafe, doing that whole thing for content for
Yeah.
the motorcycle channel, so I don't have to double up in the weekend and rush to get a video release. It's a lot, man, doing editing and actually getting out and recording the content. It's so much, man. But it is what it is. But let's get into today's episode. Whew. How do we want to do this, man? It's game 3.
Yeah.
It's one apiece. It's exciting. There's excitement in the air. There's a little bit of anxiety in terms of Queenslanders, but they got that home field advantage. So then you've also got that cocky lot that know that they go, Queensland just get it. They just get what hidings. That's all I see from New South, giving them hidings. Like when we went on that, what was it, like 19-year losing streak? Fuck, we won all those fights. Hey, Luke O'Donnell, G, buck. He was hearty. Man,
Oh,
I ain't never seen Queensland win a fight, but they win games. And, in the grand scheme of
yeah.
it all, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Apparently, winning fights doesn't mean shit. Ah, the good old days, Fano, like 2010, 2012, the good old days. So look, we'll read through the team lists, and then we'll just kind of have a corridor about what we expect from each team. Who are some omissions from these teams? There's a glaring, what is it? There's a lot of corridor around one player who's been missed out of this team this entire series, and he's one of two players that could bring much needed aggression to the side. There, one of the other players that you'd expect to be on the side, he's currently injured. But yeah, let's get into it. I'll do Queensland and you do New South this time, eh? Because I think you did Queensland on
Oh,
the last
okay
one.
then.
I'll just read it because normally when I read out my
Mm,
team, they lose. So we're going with that psychology. At fullback, we have the electrifying one, the phenomenal Reese Walsh. On the wings, we have his Bronco teammate Selwyn Cobbo and Queenslander from the Cowboys, Valentine Holmes. In at centre, Koro has returned. He's the Komatua. He is, I think he's worn the Māori All-Star jersey 2 or 3 times now. He is our whanaunga from, he's Ngāti Pikiao, eh?
can't remember, to be honest with you, but he's Ngati
I
something.
think it was. Yeah. Well, anyway, our whanaunga from another maunga, Dane Gagai. And in the other centre, he is. He's got like the highest strike rate of any Origin player at the moment, eh? He's scored like a try
Yeah.
for every game he's played, or he's actually scored a try in every game he's played. We're talking
Mm-hmm.
about Hamiso Tabuai Fido. What an electrifying back five that is. That's tough money, man. Now their halves look like this. They've got from North Queensland Cowboys, Tom Dearden, and he gives the longest drink in town a run for their neck. It is Daly Cherry Evans. He reminds me of that giraffe from those milkshake containers, the longest drink in town. If you're a Kiwi, you know. If you're from out of town, like you don't really know. You don't know. You don't know. The forwards. Now, these men have had their intensity. They've had their mana questioned after the first half in game two. They said, or the media said, sorry, they were not intense enough. They weren't able to match the physicality that the New South Wales forwards brought. In all fairness, they probably did. I think they all matched Jake's intensity from game two because shit, it wasn't there.
Yeah.
All right. So in the prop position, we've got from the North Queensland Cowboys, Ruben Cotter, and his prop mate from the Roosters. I think he's like the only Rooster currently playing for the Maroons, but there's always one Rooster, I'm pretty sure, that plays for the Maroons every other year, and that's Lindsay Collins this time round. And our hooker currently, it looks like Ben Hunt. In the second row, they've got the Warriors, Kurt Capewa, coming in there at second row, and Jeremiah knows how to score a try, Nanai, but they call him Nane. I don't know about that one. And holding out that lock position, he's got the luscious locks, the Brisbane Bronco, the uncle to Reese's daughter. We're going with Paddy Carrigan. And on the interchange, it says Harry Grant, but he has, I think, until tonight to prove his fitness. And if he is no longer fit enough to play in game three, we see Reed Mahoney, the mongrel from the Bulldogs, step on in and take his place, which I think too will be a big fan of. Then on the interchange, we had the one man who showed up and showed that physicality, who matched that Blues intensity, and that is Moaki Fotoika. And on the other interchange, they've got Felice Kofusi, another Koro. Bro, does he still got that hairline? And at 17, they got Matt, and this dude is looking jacked. And if he plays lock or fullback in the like tiring minutes of the game, I think he's going to have a field day. And that is Kalen Too Much Ponga. Ooh. And on the reserves, they got Trent Loiero, Brendan Piakura, and Reed could be in the bench. Mahoney. Over to you for the New South Wales Blues.
Yes, and here we go. Your team for the New South Wales Blues, hoping to end this current 2-series slide. Let's not let them get the 3-peat. Can they do the impossible and win the decider up in Queensland? I guess we'll find out when the game happens. At number 1, you have the ever-reliable best fullback in the game, Dylan Edwards. The wing pairing are arguably the two best wingers in the game. You could say one's the hottest one at the moment and the other one's been the best for the last few years. Of course, it's Brian To'o and Zach Lomax. In the centres, you have arguably the best centre in the game, Stephen Crichton, with that man that's simply the best, Bradman Best. Your halves pairing is Jerome Luai and Mitchell Himothy Moses. Can he do it again? We will see. Moving to the forward pack now, we have Jake Trbojevic, the captain, although he's pretty much captain for the first 5 minutes and that's about it. So we'll see if that stays true to form. He's partnered up with, of course, Payne Haas, who has finally announced himself on the Origin stage with that Game 2 performance, but can he back it up? That would be the key. In number 9, you have Reece Robson, who again continues to impress me the more I watch him. In the second row, we have Liam Martin, aka Mini Brock, and Angus Crichton, arguably the hottest second rower in the game at the moment. Form-wise, the dude is just on another level. And at number 13, you can say arguably the actual hottest player, not the NRL, maybe next to Jordan Ricky, and that's Cameron Murray with his locks and his eyes. Moving to the bench now, we have Connor Watson holding it down, number 14. You have probably the actual captain, Isaiah Yeo. I think he's captain more minutes than Jake Travojevic for the series. Mitchie Barnett finally makes his Origin debut. He is picked at 16. And of course, yeah, Spencer Leniu, Mr. Dynamite himself. Every time he comes on, he just changes the game. He's at 17. And your reserves are Matty Burden, who again I hope comes onto the team. We'll have to wait and see. Olaquatu's at 19, and then you have Luke Keary at 20, and that is your New South Wales Blues team. Can they get the job done? I think they can. What do you think? What do you think, bro? What do you think this game's going to be, won and loss? Who are you tipping?
Look, I'm always true blue, baby. This is one team I'm not folded from unless Tedesco got picked in game one. Then I would have been straight on the other side of the fence. Everyone knows that. This is just my absolute hate for him. I was willing to join the enemy. But no, I've enjoyed this season, this series. Sorry, it's been quite entertaining. I loved that New South Wales were able to hang on for a majority of game one. They showed a lot of resolve and resilience. They showed a lot of intensity and physicality up front. And that gave me hope for game two. Game two came around. It was the most dominant first half in Origin history. I can't remember a game that was more dominant, even at NRL level. And to do it at Origin, phenomenal. They scored a game's worth of points and a half against a superstar team. I don't know how they take a back step, but they can't rest on their laurels coming into this game. I know that Queensland have been questioned around that physicality, around that intensity. You know, they're going to come out firing. And I heard Willie Mason say Queensland, if they win the toss, they're probably going to kick first and just bully them up front. Now, if that is the case, I don't want Payne Haas doing that first hit-up. I don't want Jake doing that first hit-up. The person I believe who should be starting and be taking that first hit-up, Mitchie Barnett. He should be the mongrel that takes that first hit-up. I don't care if Jake's your captain. Nah, he ain't. Shut the fuck up. Give it to someone else. Give it to Critter. He's starting. Give it to him. Give it to Timothy Moses. Fuck, give it to Salmon Cobo. Give it to someone who's got to play the game. Fuck. I don't know why we got a captain who sits most of the game on the bench, right? We don't know. We don't know. And like, this isn't me mocking Jake at all. No, he's a phenomenal player. He's more of a player than I'll ever be. I don't question his integrity. I don't question him as a captain. I question the coaching choice of making him captain and sitting his ass down on the bench for 90% of the game. That's what I question. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, could you imagine Mitchie Barnett off the back fence? So Luai, boom, takes that kick. One step, passes it to Mitchie Barnett. Now, he ain't going to pull a handbrake. We see him at the Warriors, man. Seldom does that man pull a handbrake. He just winds on up. He's going to lead shoulder first, and he's just going to go into whoever the fuck comes at him. And that's what that's what the Blues did in game two. They kicked off to Lindsay Collin, and they just bum rushed him. Everyone come at him, G. He got bum rushed. And I expect Queensland to try and mimic that, but more intense. So who do you think should be running that first hit-up? Do you think it's going to Payne, or do you think it's going to Jake, or do you think it's going to go to Liam or Angus?
If I had to bet, I'd say it's going to Payne Haas. That's who my money's right on. Yeah.
But he should be the second runner.
Yeah, true that. I see what you're saying.
Mitchie Barnett catches it. He punches the first hole in that defense. And then, boom, he'll get a fairly quick play the ball. It's not going to be a slow one, but it's going to be a fairly quick one. He's going to scoot it down. Robson, boom. Nice serviceable pass to Payne Haas. Bang. He's the second hit. Now we're what? Up at the 30, close to the 40. Boom. Another quick play the ball. Cam Murray's ready for a hit up. Bang. And you know he's got a quick play the ball. Now we're on the 50. Now we're going to use some of the halves. Now we're going to spread it out to the back and use some space to see what we can do. If that gets shut down quickly, then we know, all right, a lot of this groundwork is going to have to come through the forwards. So now, you know, your edges, they haven't had to come in for a hit up yet. They haven't had to do any tackling. but your two props and your lock have made a huge dent in this offense. We've had a little bit of a jink, see if we can catch anything on the edges. Not quite. So Sweet is tackle 4, lay it back up. Maybe Payne takes a second run. Maybe it's Mitchie Barnett again, or maybe Angus comes in for a quick run. Boom. Now we're there. We're getting ready for a kick. We're going to obviously get it to, what's his name, Moses. He's just going to put up a high one, and it's going to be Kick Chase City. Who's chasing it up? Liam fucking Martin.
Yep.
So whoever's catching that ball, man, you better be dropping your ass to the grass real quick, because you don't want Liam Martin squashing you. And if it's on the other side, then obviously you're going to have a freight train of Angus Crichton coming through ready to just chop you up. Those two boys are to be tested for steroids. They are humongous and they are aggressive, man. That's in an ideal world, that's what I want to see for the first set from New South Wales. But obviously Jake's starting. Again, like I said, no hate towards Jake. It's just the way it is. It's the way this coach has designed this team. But in an ideal world, could you imagine that first hit up from Mitchie B? Brah. That's like, who gonna stop him? We seen Ruben Cotter get out of here, little man. Get out of here. You too soft. You don't want it. You don't want it. And what Lindsay Collins going to do? Try and go high on Mitchie Barnett. He's going to get bumped off. What do you think, man? What's your ideas? How do you think it's going to go? Because I think it's going to be the game will be determined in that first 10 minutes. Who is the most intense and who can just keep drilling it down the other's throat?
Ooh.
Pause. Pause. But yeah, who can keep, winning?
Look, it's going to be tough, man. I mean, obviously, game 3 all on the line. I think, I'm kind of going the same line as you, eh? Honestly, I think it's going to be the team that can hold their nerve and find a groove early. So it's going to be completing your sets, getting to a kick. You don't want to be the first team to blink, right? You don't want to make that first mistake because, as we've seen in plenty of games this season, the team that makes that first mistake, you put under the pump. And like we always talk about, momentum's a hard thing to get, and it's a hard thing to swing as well. So if one team can get the ascendancy early, I could see them going on, scoring a try. But to be honest, I actually think this game's going to go down to the wire. I don't think a team's going to blow the other one out of the park unless something like what happened in game 1 where someone's sent or someone's in the bin. Hopefully that doesn't happen. We want to see a clean game 80. Both teams giving it their all. I do expect Billy Slater to make some tactical changes. He was one of the most diligent players, knew everyone's plays, and he's taken it into his coaching style. And I say it's a lot easier to come back for the next game when you've lost the one before, because you always got heaps to improve on, right? Lots of learning, stuff you can take, look at what you did wrong, you correct that. When you have won the previous game, it's like, well, we just do the same thing, right? But that's kind of hard to do unless your team is just that much better where it really doesn't matter. I don't think that's the case for this one. I think we got two are they evenly matched teams? I do think New South Wales has the slightly better team. Like, just looking at them matched up, I would give the edge to New South.
I think New South have the better forwards. I think Queensland have better backs.
Interesting. I think the Maroons have slightly more X factor than New South, like in that back line. But I think the New South Wales teams have more maybe dependable players, like players that just play at a high level, like what's his name? Where is he? Where did my list go?
Critter, Tall, Lomax, Edwards.
Yeah, like Edwards, right? What's his worst game? Like a 7 out of 10? 8 out of 10? Critter's worst games, like a 7, 8 out of 10? Like, you have players who are just consistently good. I mean, obviously, you have Reece Rouse on that Maroons who can literally win you a game. You got the hammer his X factor. DCE, he's shown plenty of times that he can win you a game, right? But you also have
They
like
got Kalen
Cobo.
Ponga coming off the bench too.
Yep. See, Ponga, what's he gonna do? And if Harry Grant comes through, fuck, he's always a worry coming on that 14. He just changes the game, right? Every time. But then you have the ones like, Selwyn Cobo, who on his day can give you a 10 out of 10, but he can also give you like a 4 out of 10. You know what I mean? And it's kind of the same with Valentine's Holmes. So just it's like I think the difference between players' best game and worst game on the Blues, they're just higher in general. Where the Maroons individually, their players are like more sporadic, but their top end's just so elite that they literally have
Yeah,
like game winners. And when it's a one-off game, man, like no one really cares if you're consistently great. It's can you be great on a day? And I
yep.
think the team who has more players that are great on a day are going to win it. And I do hope it's the Blues. They got the team to do it, man. They really do. This team can get the
Well,
job done.
the
But
Blues
it's
are
just
full of players that can get it done on the day. You look at To'o, Edwards, Crichton, that's Stephen, Luai, Lenu, Martin. All of these lads, Yoza, all of these fellas have got it done at the biggest stage of them all. They can get it done at grand final, and that's the epitome of one game. It's all you got to win.
yeah.
One game, get it done.
I'm interested to see the
So
battle of the 13s, that superstar Paddy Garrigan, who, how many team of the weeks did he make in a row? It felt like the first 9, 10. But it was ridiculous. He was probably, I think he was my player of the first, like trimester. Like that's who I would have given the award to. But him against Murray, that's a battle, man. That's a battle. And I think whoever wins that battle might go a long way into leading their team to victory. If Carrigan can get the ascendancy and get one over on Murray, that's a hell of a battle to watch, and that's one that I'd be watching out for. It could literally decide the game. Cameron Murray, so freaking good. So good. It's ridiculous.
yeah, he's a phenomenal player. Not only is he great like to look at, but man, is he a footy player, bro. He's a superstar, and the Bunnies have really relished having him as their lock and shifting into second row. He doesn't miss a beat, man. He doesn't miss a beat, and he's super dependable. I think well, it was a year, he made like 52 tackles, missed none, and then I think in the next game got concussed in like the first 20 minutes.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so he's felt the highest of highs and the lowest of lows at Origin. Can he get that redemption story arc kicking off? He hasn't seen much time in the New South Wales jersey because of the rapid surgence of Isaiah Yeo under the previous coach. It was always Yeo starting. I like Yeo off the bench. He's convinced me of his talents off the bench, but I'm still like, brother, just fucking run the ball, bruh. Just run the fucking ball. Stop dancing out the back. Just fucking run the ball. I'm sick of him when he tries to do that floaty out the back and play make. Oh, you're paid to run straight.
Yeah.
Tuck it in and just go for it. You're not a 6 or a 7. So I'm a big critic around that. Like, I like my forwards just going forward. One interesting thing this season so far, or this series, is the first try has always been scored by a forward. It was Ben Hunt. Well, he's technically a half, but in this game he plays in hooker. So he scored the first try in game 1. It was Liam Martin, the first try in game 2. Are we looking at another forward to score the first try in game 3? If so, who's your guy that will score that first try in game 3?
Oh man, if I'm being put on the spot here, I'm trying to envision the play, and I'm hoping it's the Blues that score first. And if they do, I think it's going to be off a short ball. Which side is Crichton on? Angus. Is he
He's
with
Luai.
Luai?
Yeah.
Nah, is he?
Yeah, well, because Luai plays on the left side, right?
Yeah, yeah, left
Because
side.
Angus Crichton
No, but
scored on
isn't
the right-hand side. That's just where I remember the try coming from.
that was the pass for Moses? Eh?
Yeah,
Was it? Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I kind of envision the same thing, but I think it's on the other side. So I'm thinking Lua is going to assist the first try on the short ball, which would be to whoever that player is. So if it's not Angus, it must be Liam Martin. That's where I'm going with it.
I'm pretty sure it's Angus, G, because he was
Oh
on
well,
that same side as Latrell. It was
yeah. Well,
Luai, Latrell, Angus.
yeah. Well, whoever's
Tall.
on Luai's side is what I'm saying. Whatever one of those second rowers on Luai's side, I'm banking them to get the first try off a short ball, shaping out to go out the back. So yeah, whoever their second rowers can hold that line, run a straight line. You got Edwards coming out the back, so it looks like pretty much Luai's going to have his options here, and because they like to jam up as well. So if they
Yeah.
jam up too quickly, then that short ball should be on. But if they can get to him on time and shut down, it'll be interesting. If it's not that short ball, it'll be the what's it called? Like the bridge pass, the rainbow one, the one where it goes over everyone, but like they loop it.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Same, just because of the rushing thing. If he can get it over them, yeah, that's how I envision the first score going anyway. So whoever that
Yeah,
second rower is,
I think it might be old Jeremiah Nunai.
yep, I could definitely see
I
that.
think
Yeah.
he could similar play, man, similar play. But I think he cleans up a bit of a. Well, I don't think they're going to stab a grubber through because I think Edwards will clean up that grubber. That's breakfast for him. It's got to come off a pass play to the if the forwards are going to catch it. If it's going to be a kick play, I think it'll be a bomb, but it'll go out to the wings, and just trends suggest that it should go probably to a forward again. Maybe a little Ben Hunt tuck and dive
Yep.
on a six again call, retreating forwards. Ben Hunt tuck and dive.
I could see it.
Just catch maybe. I don't want to say. I'll say Payne just because I don't want to say I've been already roasting Jake. I'll just say catching Payne. A little bit offside, and if he makes that tackle, then it'd probably be a penalty try. So yeah, I think a Ben Hunt little catch them offside six again, dots it down. One question I want to ask is, we both agree it's probably going to be a close game. We've had two pretty big scoring games. Do we think it's going to be more defensive, low scoring, or do we think it's going to be tit for tat that keeps it close? Like Queensland score, New South Wales score, Queensland score, New South Wales score too. Queensland answer back. And it comes down to the kicking.
Ooh. Nah, I'm thinking it could be a low scoring, maybe like low scoring, and I think 18 to 20 might be a winning score. Like if I was to say magic number, I would think 20 would be it. So it might be a
It's
race to
high
20.
scoring at Origin.
Unless a team. Yeah. Yeah, true that.
Because he got like 16. That's like a low scoring game.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like final score would be like 20 to like 12 or something. Or I was more leaning towards 18 to 12
Yeah,
as the
yeah.
final score. Yeah. So I'm thinking like if that's gonna be the score, I'm thinking if one of those teams can get to 20, they should win. Unless someone scores fucking 20 points in the first like half, then that's just out the window. That's out the gate. I would suppose if you score 20 points in the first half, you're a long way towards winning.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of where my head's at. Because if I had to pick the final score, it would be 18 to 12 to hopefully New South. But
Yeah.
you
Well,
never know.
I think it could be 30s and 20s, high 20s that they score in because there's a lot of strike power on both these teams.
Mm-hmm.
They're superstars that can get over that line. They know how to, and we've seen Zach Lomax and the Hammer get over many times so far in this series. We've seen Dylan Edwards get over on debut. I think, yeah, it's going to come down to who can defend the best. And speaking of the best, will he get exposed at Origin? I've heaped up a lot of praise on the lad the past few weeks, man. I've enjoyed his footy. I am a little sad that Joseph Suaalii doesn't get a chance to redeem himself and have that, because he could go from that villain to that hero in one game had he given the
Mm.
chance. And for the one touch and that one tackle, he looked great in game one. I'm not mad. I'm a big
Mm-hmm.
Brad and Best fan. I do like seeing him there. But yeah, he'll be going up against the Hammer, which will be a tough ask, because we've seen the Hammer just toy with people every year he plays. Um, that I think for me is the one to look out for, is Bradman Best as that sort of chink in our armor. Just because it's his first game in with the boys, he hasn't been there the entire camp, so he hasn't built that rapport with some of these guys. And who's he playing? Oh, he's playing inside of To'o, which I think is the
Mm-hmm.
safest bet. They're probably like, oh, him and Lomax might not be, because To'o's, what you're getting with Brian To'o. With Lomax, he's still building himself up as a wing, and he's doing a fantastic job of it this season. But having, I think, Critter inside Lomax gives Lomax that sort of invincibility kind of feeling. When you see Lomax playing at Origin level way, he's fearless, and I think it's because he knows that he's got Critter inside him. He knows he's going to get that ball when he needs to. He knows that he's got to put himself in the right position. Critter will deliver. Same on defense. He knows that Critter's there. He can trust and rely on Critter. Boom. So I think that combination's sorted. To'o, he's just such an easygoing person that he doesn't really, get angry or have those sort of unpredictable spouts. So I think he'll be a great mentor for Best in there. And did he play inside To'o the last time they played together? I can't remember actually.
I can't remember, honestly. Could not tell you.
I think Holmes being shifted to the wing, um, that's going to be a little bit scary, because defensively, him on the wing is a lot better than him in the center, because he doesn't have to be split going, oh shit, am I coming up, am I pushing? So he just he just plays what's in front of him. He's that last side of defense. And playing outside the Hammer's going to just be like bloody what's his name, like Darius playing outside of GI. It should be money all day. So he should just lap up the rewards that he could get coming his way. Dane Gagai, man, he reminds me of Manonu, average
Yeah.
at the Hurricanes, but as soon as he pulled on that All Blacks jersey, he turned into Superman. And that's same as Dane
Mm-hmm.
Gagai, man. He's just got so much pride and passion for that Maroons jersey. You know exactly what you're going to get with him. You're going to get 100%. Like, he would die on the field as long as it's in that Maroons jersey, bro. He leaves it all out there. So you can't even question his intensity and his integrity. Cobo, phenomenal winger. Hopefully, he just makes a few of those errors that I'm used to seeing in Brisbane. One thing I would like to talk about, and I'll ask you this as well, is: are you picking Kate Will or Kafusi over David Fafita?
Simple answer: no, no. David Fifita's too good. He's a game breaker. Again, we're talking about people that can single handedly win you a game. He can do that, and he can do that at a forward position, which no one expects. He's too good. He's too electric. He makes my Queensland team every day of the week.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
and he matches that intensity that we know New South Wales are going to bring. He's a bit of an enforcer. He's going to protect the little guys when they need protecting. He's not going to get pushed around as easily. He's stubborn, he's hard headed, and yeah, I feel for the guy. He's obviously done something really horrible to upset Billy to not get selected in this side, which is sad to see. Um, what are your thoughts? Who do you think will make man of the match and man of the series? Who do you think is going to win that honours? I guess pick one for Queensland, one for New South.
I think if New South win, it'll be off the back of Actually, I'm not too sure. Just for game 3, I think it'd come down to like a moment, and there is one player in particular who happens to have moments on big stages, and that is Stephen Crichton. So I do expect him to do something big in this game. I don't know what it is. Well, I guess in the other game was that intercept. Can he do another intercept? Can he set up a try? Can he dominate his opponent? Or can he shut him down? So he's someone that I'm looking at. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets player of the game for New South Wales. I think if the Maroons are to get up, the one I'm looking at automatically would be DCE. I mean, he did in game 1. Can do it again. Also, Reece Welsh. Kind of looking at those two. And then from the forward pack position, it would be either Nanai or Kerrigan. I think if Maroons win it, depending on how many tries Hammer scores, because it seems like he just scores every game. So could he potentially be the player of the series for them? I think it would go to DCE if they win it, and he plays a big role just because he won player of the match game 1. And they got smoked game 2. There's just really nothing there. So if he has even a half decent game or he's close to winning man of the match, then they'll give it to him. For the Blues, I mean, Murray wasn't there game 1. Moses wasn't there game 1. Edwards wasn't there game 1. So it's like, could it be? I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you who'd win player of the series for New South. I mean, Mitchell Moses, could he get it off the brilliance of game 2? If he does the same thing again, it'd be hard not to give it to him, right? Game 1, Reece Robertson did really, really well. But Cam Murray, he's been great. Angus Crichton's been great. Could it be Spencer Leniu? He's been great in both games off the bench. So I couldn't really tell you who it would be for New South because I could see it going quite a few ways. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Critter gets it if he has a great game because I thought he was probably one of the better ones in game 1, one of the better players again in game 2. So he's constantly close to the top of being one of the best players. Doesn't get, I think, the rewards everyone else do because, I mean, Mitchell Moses had a blinder, right? I don't think I could pick one for New South Wales, man. If I was forced to, like right here, right now.
Yeah. Gun to the head.
Yeah. But, man, it might be a smoky, but I might actually go with Leniu, man. If he can do that again, if he can bring that energy and change momentum off the bench, fuck, I wouldn't put it past him. I really wouldn't, and I think he'd be deserving of it too. I don't think anyone would say, oh, he doesn't deserve it. He's made impact both times he's come on in both games.
This is true.
So yeah, that would be
true.
He's my left field option, but I mean, that's what I think I'm going to go with. Really, Spencer Leniu. Would he be? He would have to be the first player off the bench to win that award, right? Surely. Normally, it just goes to like the halves or a spine player
or a fullback.
I think Kerrigan, didn't he win player of the series last time or the one before?
Yeah, I think so.
Or even I think Ruben Cotter's won it as well. So who knows, man? Crazy. But yeah, that's me. That's me. What about you? Are you thinking along the same, or are you thinking completely different?
Yeah, we'll see. If it's Queensland, man, I got to give it to the Hammer. They don't win game 2 if it wasn't for the Hammer. They don't get within a scratch of New South Wales. They don't win, game 1 without the Hammer. They don't get within a scratch of New South in games 2 without the Hammer. And I know it ain't going to be a competition if the Hammer don't get over the line in game 3. So I've got to give it to the Hammer if Queensland win. Like, he's been able to create things on his own. He's been what we all expect Reece Walsh to be at Origin level. Ooh. Hammer's been there, done that. You know, we expect that from Reece, but the Hammer's doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've got to give it to the Hammer. I know it'll probably go to Cherry or it'll probably go to one of the forwards if Queensland win, but come on, man. The Hammer can't not, man. Can't not. And on the New South Wales side, look, I'm going to go with a series debutant as well. It's not Spencer, because I was thinking maybe Spence too, but you already said him, so I'm gonna go with Zach Lomax, man.
Yeah.
He was one of the only try scorers in the game one. He scored again in game two. He scored in game two. Can't
Yeah.
quite remember.
Yeah, because
I
the
think he did.
Moses kick.
That's right. Did he score a double and Tall score a double?
Yeah, I think everyone was scoring doubles that second game.
Yeah, so Lomax coming in on debut, scoring on debut, scoring again in game two, being the most consistent winger. Well, I can't say most consistent because Tall was still there defensively in game one, but in terms of strike, Lomax was there, man. And I think it'd be awesome to see Lomax sort of get the credit that he does deserve. He was phenomenal. The kick chaser's defense was solid. Uh, he's been one of the most consistent performers throughout the first two games. He's one of the only few that, like you mentioned, there were a lot of players there that weren't there in the first two games. It could also come down to Reece Robson, man, phenomenal in games 1 and 2. It's his defensive efforts that tick the box for me. Just his ability to hold his own in the middle for 80 minutes, phenomenal, phenomenal. So, if anyone deserves it, it's also Reece. He's also a debutante this series. Reece
Robertson.
It was Uppy and Cook previously, eh?
Yeah, I think Reece was there or thereabouts. I don't actually know if he cracked it though.
Yeah, let's have a look. So that's why we need that third to be our fact checker.
Apply the comments.
Oh, so he's played 5 games, so he must have played 2 last year.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, sorry, 3 last year. So he debuted last season, sorry. Oh, he started off at the Dragons. Buzzy. Shame. What a waste. Jeez. What a waste. Look, that's as much as I can give on our breakdown of this Queensland New South Wales game. All I know is it's going to be a slobber knocker. Pause. Gee. It's going to be a hard fought contest between both teams, and the best team is going to come out on top. I'm going New South all day, every day. New South till I die, baby. Or until Tedesco gets picked again. But yeah, that's me. I just hope it's a good game and all my Broncos players come home injury free. I hope that by the end of the game, Luai and Edwards and Martin are all injured and can't play for the rest of the season. But that's only at the end of the game. They get injured on their way up the locker room. Same with Crichton. So then the Broncos can just kind of cruise into the finals. I hope they all get jumped in the locker room and get injured. I need all of this to happen so the Broncos can come out on top. But no, that's it from me. What are your final thoughts, feelings, and comments on the State of Origin game? We will give a quick little preview on Tuesday's episode about who we think will win the game before we give our breakdown episode after the match next Thursday.
No, I hope the boys get it done. New South Wales, here we come, man. We need to get the series back. We can't let them go get the 3-peats. I just hope it's a close game. No shenanigans, no send-offs in the first 5 minutes, no sin bins. If there is a sin bin, I hope it's because there's a fight and a player from each side goes off, so we've still got the same amount of numbers. But let the boys play and let the best team win, which hopefully will be New South Wales. That's all I've got for ya.
Easy. Now let's turn our attention to round 19. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games this week, and we've only got one on the Sunday. Thank the heavens above. Yes. It is hella difficult to watch multiple games on a Sunday. So yeah, let's kick off. You start us off, brother.
Yes. So the first game of round 19 on Thursday, kicking off at 9:50 or 10 to 10 at Kayo Stadium, Red Cliff. Oh, they're actually playing at home and not at your place. It is
No, it's because of Origin, isn't it? Oh no, it's because we play
Origin,
there on
that's right.
Saturday.
I'll shoot that. Well, anyway, it is the Dolphins against the Rabbitohs. We have the Dolphins who are currently sitting 6th on the ladder. They had the bye, right? Because I feel as though I haven't seen them play in a long time. And they're going
Yeah.
up against the Rabbitohs, who are currently on a 5-game win streak, but obviously are missing Latrell Mitchell as he is injured. So it's interesting, man. It's going to be a good game. You have, of course, the current coach of the Dolphins in Wayne Bennett facing his former and next team that he's going to coach in South Sydney Rabbitohs. So there are storylines going into this game, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Obviously, with the loss of Latrell Mitchell, we have Jai Gray. He's slot straight in at fullback. But other than that, the backline is looking stock standard as they have been the last couple of weeks. Jack Whiten and Cody Walker are again your halves pairing. And the Dolphins with Hammer on Origin duty, we have Trey Fuller in that fullback. But other than that, both teams are, I think Dolphins also have pretty much their starting backline. Cody Nikodima and Isaiah Katoa are your halves partner. And also at the forwards for the Dolphins, Tavita Pangai Jr. I think this is first game starting. Could be wrong about that. But, I mean, the man's back now. You know what I mean? And I don't really want to talk about him because he is gay. Hope he goes back to boxing and gets knocked out again. No, but I mean Max Plaff or Plaff, however the hell you say it. He's moved from lock to hooker in the absence of Jeremy Marshall King, who could be done for the season. If he is, that's a big loss for them, considering he just signed that massive extension, I believe. Damien Cook with his last season at Rabbitohs, hoping to pick up a win against his former coach. Again, he's obviously down at number 9. Kiokolo Matangi holds it down at the lock. And with Murray out, we have Michael Cheekham starting at that another number 11. Sean Kempe, I'm a bit 50-50 on him, mate. I don't really like him at Manly, and I kind of still don't like him at Rabbitohs. But what's the word I'm looking for? Bit too many errors in his game. Like, I feel as though he's always good for one. And they always seem to be like in critical times. Jai Arrow, who I swear every week has an injury, or it's the same injury, his shoulder. And I swear he injures it in game too. He's always grabbing at it. I think they haven't pulled the plug on whether he's getting surgery or not. But could just be a matter of time. Both these benches are looking pretty stock standard. I see Sean O'Sullivan's at number 17 for the Dolphins. And who are you, Liam LeBlanc? Never heard of you. LeBlanc? I don't know.
LeBlanc.
Yeah. But I'm happy because my boy
LeBlanc.
Talis Duncan's at 15. I can't see any late switches. Maybe Sevilla Havili. I can see he's named on a reserve, number 20. He may come into play, but I mean, you got Peter Mamazelis at 14 for Rabbitohs, so I don't see why he would come on. I'm being honest with you. Look, I'm not going to lie. I do expect this game to live up to the Thursday night bangers, as they have been all season. I can't see why now we're in round 19 anything would change. I do expect this to be a good game. I expect it to be quite close for maybe like the first half. But if the Rabbitohs get on a roll, I mean, 5 games in a row. I know Latrell ain't there, but Jai Gray's a hell of a replacement. And I think as long as you have Whiten and Cody Walker calling shots and they get more, I guess, ball in hand, that side's always going to be dangerous. Keon Kaloamatangi playing fantastic at that lock there. I just like what I'm seeing with the Rabbitohs and the Dolphins. Could it be what happened to them in their first year where they just slide down the ladder slowly but surely? I mean, it'd be cool to see them in 8, but this is going to be a tough game for them. I know they're at home. I know so they got home crowd advantage and they're high on the ladder, but form holds a lot in the NRL, You got one team that is truly in form, and I honestly think they can get it done. So I've actually gone with the Rabbitohs to win this game. If I had to pick a score, I think it could be high scoring. Both these teams, I swear, like to play no defense, so it lends itself to a high scoring game. I'm gonna go. Let's go 36-24. The Rabbitohs winning. Alex Johnson gets a double, not quite the hat trick. And I'm gonna go with Jackie Wyden, player of the game. Boy, has he been in some form. He is quickly reminding people why he was elite 5'8" when he was with the Raiders. And that's all I've got for you, man. What do you got about this game? Do you got any insight? Last second input?
Yeah, look, I'm back at the Dolphins here. There's been a lot of controversy around Wayne Bennett. The Dolphins are on a little bit of a slide at the moment, and people are saying that Wayne's not fully invested in this team. His whole mindset is back with the Bunnies, turning them around next season. As you've seen, there's been a few changes made with their roster. You've seen them release Damien Cook to the Dragons. So, there's obviously he's had talks with the players over there already. So people are saying Wayne's no longer on board with the Dolphins, and you see it with their recent performances. So I think this is a game Wayne will want to say, no, I'm still that guy, and I'm still here with the Dolphins, and he'll want to stick it to the Bunnies as much as it will hurt him. We haven't seen, Bronco Herbie come out here at the Dolphins so far. Last season, Herbie was that guy at center, right? Like,
Yep.
when I seen that he was leaving to join the Dolphins, I was gutted because I was like, man, he's been that dude. Now looking at him, he just looks like a run-of-the-mill center. He doesn't look. There's nothing special about him, in my opinion, this season. Obviously, he's still got that dog in him somewhere. We just haven't seen it. He hasn't been unlocked yet by Wayne, and we don't know what it is. So I'd look to him and Bostock to have big games. Isako just to not miss any kicks. Trey Fuller, there's a good replacement. Katoa will have a great game. Max Plath, man, he's been on a tear so far this season. So let's see what he can do at hooker. I'm excited. I'm on the Dolphin train. Not a Rabbitohs fan, but I'm not a hater. I know this Sean Keepy. Just keep the ball to yourself, my guy. Moving along to Sharks versus West Tigers, 10 p.m. kickoff here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, at Point Spence Stadium in Sydney. Now, big news out of Shark Park is Nico Hines is out for a little while now, all right? Let me just double check one thing. Let me go. How long is he out for?
He's out for a while.
Yeah. Let us pull up the injuries. Nico Hines is out for a little bit. He is out for an extended stint, which means what? Round 26. That's the end.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep, that is the
Now,
end.
this, I think, will do one or two things for the Sharks. Someone's coming in to replace him, and they're going to step up like we've seen at the Warriors. When Sean went down, the next gen stepped up. Those Gen Zers, they came in for those millennials, stepped up. Can they do it at the Sharks? Or will they slide down the ladder even further and maybe fall out of the 8? Is Nico done for the season because the Sharks can't hold on to that top 8 position? They're in 4th. So, that easy start of the season's definitely helping them out in this last push here. They're on a bit of a slide. I think their last win was versus the Broncos, but as we've seen in recent weeks, that's not a big feat these days. It's just like beating the Tigers. And the Tigers, they managed to score 20-odd points versus Melbourne Storm, who are at the top of the table, and they still have a majority of their team. I think they were only missing Harry Grant and Munster, obviously. So, full credit to the Tigers. We've talked about things. Sharks, the slowest starting team in the comp, and the Tigers normally one of the fastest starting teams in the comp. But the Tigers let errors creep into their game, and that's how they fall behind. They just let go of the basics. Let silly errors come in. They make late tackles. They get the 6 again call. They don't mark their man. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. I'm looking forward to a big game. I think the Tigers will get this done. I think they will. They've looked good this season. They've beaten them once before, so they know they're not, undefeatable. And in all honesty, I think a lot of the Sharks' success rides on the back of Mulitalo. We haven't seen Mulitalo get over the line as much as we did at the start of the season, and that shows because we pushed him out of the Dally M runnings at the start of the season. It was him and Lomax who were talking about being two of the best wingers this season.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that still maintained his position has been Lomax throughout the season. He's been the constant performer. So yeah, I'm going with the Tigers, and we're looking at them winning comfortably.
Winning comfortably, you say? Ooh, that'd be a good thing to watch. I'm actually with you, man. I think I've got the Tigers winning this one as well. But what I'm interested to see from the Sharks is how they bounce back. Nico Hyde is now gone. Time for Braden Trindle to step up. And look, who's at number 6? Daniel Atkinson. He was their winger last week. You sure?
Yeah.
So this goes to show you like how versatile he is. But oh man, they just haven't been the same for a while, the Sharks. You
They got
said
no
it. We
Talakai.
have. Oh, I never noticed that. Oh, that's right, because he got sent off that last game, right?
Yeah,
So he
suspended
must have
today.
taken the early plea.
He's suspended for 2
But
rounds.
I'd say so. I feel comfortable in saying that. Look, man, West Tigers, right? You said it. They're a fast starting team. Sharks are a fast finishing team. Last couple of weeks, it's come back to haunt the Sharks. 2 games that they should have won. But when you're playing from behind, where things happen. Lachlan Galvin, let's see if he can continue his good form at the West Tigers. Stake his claim for that Rookie of the Year that he can't win. But man, I don't know where the Sharks go, eh? Because the thing is, right, we talked about the Sharks should make the 8 because of their strength of schedule. Like, their schedule's super friendly.
Yeah.
And they probably don't need that much more wins to get in. They're what, at 24 points now? Honestly, I think 30 gets you there or thereabouts. 32 you would think is good enough. So if you're at 24, 32, you only need 8 more points. That's 4 more wins. Now, I don't know if the Sharks have a bye still left, but if they do, that's 2 points. So you only need 3 more wins, really. And this would be one that you would bank to get in. Because they're still good enough to where you would think they're going to finish top 4. But recency bias shows that they absolutely suck in the first 20 minutes, and it's costed them game. And West Tigers fighting for their life there. They don't want the 3-peat of the wooden spoon. Nobody wants that. So I do expect them to come out with some punch and get it done. They've looked good since Duhay's been back. Or Adam Dewey.
Duhay's mean.
Yeah, he's brought a point of difference, eh? So I'm going to back you up here and go with the West Tigers as well to win this game. And what I figure will be a close one. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if the West Tigers jump out to a 12-0 lead after the first 15 minutes, only for the Sharks to come back and maybe even take the lead in the second half, just to lose it at the end.
Hey, before you move on, we'll play this quiz real quick. So they got a bye next week, so that's their 2 points.
Yeah.
Can they beat the Cowboys coming off the bye? Everyone's back now, no more Origin.
I would say with Hines, yeah. Without him, not so sure. I would probably
So
back
no Hines.
Queensland. I think I'd back the Cowboys.
Okay, then following that, they've got the Bunnies at home.
At home.
No Hines.
Nah, I think Souths are just too much on the roll, even without Latrell.
Okay, and see, Latrell's not going for surgery, so he's on a manageable system, so he can still play. They're just trying to manage his injury and find out when he can be interjected. So potentially we could see him by round 22. Okay, the Titans host them up at Gold Coast after they play the Bunnies.
Well, they just played like last week, didn't they? And they lost.
Yeah,
So,
and that was with Hines.
got to go with the Titans again. It's not looking good for your
Knights,
Sharks. The Knights.
Knights
Uh,
at home. They're playing the Knights at home.
okay, that one I think I'd pick them to win. Knights are just too up and down.
Yeah,
Another
they
team
are
I
a bit
can't get a
inconsistent.
gauge on. Yeah.
An away game against the Dragons.
Oh, I don't know, man. They could go 50-50. I could see the Sharks putting it out, but I can also see the Dragons winning.
Yeah.
Flip a coin for that one.
Warriors at home. Now, this is when Nico Hines is due back.
Oh, it depends on whether the WAR season's still alive or not. I think
Yeah,
if,
that's what I was thinking too.
I
If the
think if,
last season's still alive, like they need this to win
yeah,
and they're in,
yeah, I'd probably go
I
with the
can't see them
WARs.
not winning that game.
Yeah, but if their
However,
season's already over, yeah, I'm with you. Just
yeah. However, if the WAR season's still alive, they need this game to win. I think the ref could give it to the Sharks anyway. Are you telling me they won't?
I don't know, man.
And then their final game is against Manly. It's an away game.
Shit, maybe they don't get in. Nah, I feel as though they've just got too big of a lead. The reason why I think they still get in, even with all these losses, is that the other teams are gonna like clash against each other, which means one will win, one will lose, so it'll kind of hold them in their spot. If that makes sense.
Okay. So we're thinking you've got them winning a max of 3 games. That includes the bye. So that's only giving them 30 points.
Jeez, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
Might come down to plus and minus.
Yeah, either they'll just
And
make it,
currently,
just miss.
they've only got 73 points differential.
Oh, that's good. Anything positive's good.
Yeah, but if they start losing,
Yeah, we'll go backwards. Yeah. Nah, I think they'll get it done. I think they'll get it in the end. I seen a stat somewhere tonight. Someone put it up on Facebook somewhere. It was like predicted like percentage of where your team will finish, and I think they had them as like 90% to finish in the top 8 or something.
9%.
Like it was just something ridiculous. Well, it was definitely high because they
That's
had
probably
us
more than
Bulldogs
us.
at like 75% to finish top 8.
I could see that
Along
though.
with, yeah. I don't know where it went. Anyway, yeah, I think that's about all I've got for that game. So let's move on to the next game, and it is. Is there still a double header on Saturday? Of course there is. The first game of the double header on Saturday, round 19. It is the Titans against Eels, hosted at Seabus Super Stadium in the Gold Coast. This is a battle of the Dallas Swell. English. This is the battle of two teams at the bottom of the ladder. We have the 15th place Titans against the 16th place Eels. Although, I'm telling you, man, and we've said this about the Titans a few times this year, even though they're at the bottom of the ladder, they don't play like it. But obviously,
Yeah.
the news coming out of the Eels is that they have finally got themselves a coach. So they have settled on that role. How will that affect the team this year? Will they go out playing more freer now that the decision's been made? To be honest, I'm going to say no because that amazing coach Trent Barrett doesn't let his players do their own thing. And he's so structured in their attack that it is annoying. But the Titans, man, they've been getting better. You can see the Des Hasler DNA more and more, and I feel as though he lets his guys play. So I've actually picked the Titans to win this one and kind of edge further away, give themselves a bigger gap between them and the West Tigers and the Eels. Not to say that the Eels can't win, but we've seen what they were like without Mitchell Moses. They were trash. He's gone again. So we expect them to once again be trash. And Blaze, but as long as Blaze Talangi, it's really nurturing for next season, right? Blaze Talangi getting more minutes in the NRL. Rumour has it he might be making full-time switch to fullback next year. Gufferson going in the centre. We don't know. Good to see Matt Dory. He's a former Bulldog. I actually forgot that he was back last week. I heard him say his name and I couldn't believe it. But starting at lock, that guy Charlie Guymer.
Oh, yeah. We'll
Who
just call him
cares?
Charlie Gubbo.
He burst on the scene, literally burst onto the scene last week. He stood out, and I thought he brought some newfound energy to their forward pack. Just a point of difference, and he really stood out. So good to see him get the start this week. I hope he goes well. He could be someone to watch. But these Titans, I mean, looking at their team, AJ Brimson is 18th man. So he must be that close. It might be that if he gets through practices, he just comes into the team. For who? That's the question. Because they've gone with Jaden Campbell, Kieran Foran at 7'6". Jaden Campbell didn't play last week, right? Nah, he didn't. Nah, because yeah, that's right. So it's his first game back since that absolutely demolishing of the Wars. So good to see him. Kieran Foran turning back the clock once again. Does he have a contract for next year? That's the question we want to know. Because he's playing like he can definitely go around. Kieran Foran?
I think there was news last night he re-signed. Let me just double check.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
Nice. That'd be
I
a good
seen
one.
it. Yeah, carry
Well,
on.
hopefully, man, because he's a good player. I can see him going to coaching as well.
Yeah, so he stays on for one more year.
Oh, good on him. Look, I've got the Titans winning this one. Do I think it's going to be a close game? Hard to say because the Titans can score in bunches. So can the Eels. I'm definitely going with the Titans. If I had to give you a final score, I'm going to go 24. Let's go 24-16. Titans off the back of a well-controlled game by Kieran Foran. I think look for Keone Kinney to have an outstanding game. Could be player of the game. David Fafita to cause havoc in the second row for the Titans. And for the Eels, it's really going to be on the back of Clint Gufferson. I've kind of gone off Dylan Brown being the guy. There's rumour have it that the newest team, the Perth Bears, or if they're going to be announced or whatever, rumour has it Brad Arthur, they've marked him as the coach for that team, and that they are going to try to go after Dylan Brown as the main guy. After what I've seen this year with Mitchell Moses being gone, I just don't think you can build a team around him. But hey, I've been wrong many a times on this podcast, and I'll probably be wrong many a more times. So you just never know. And you need a player of his caliber like Dylan Brown, because there's not many elite sixes, that are just walking around. So if they can get it done, that'd be a good scoop for them. But again, that's all just theory talk at the moment. But yeah, Clint Guffer is going to have a big game in order for the Eels to win. But man, this forward pack just needs to get up and moving. Campbell Gillard needs to do something. Freaking. Where is he? Oh, is he injured? Oh, Junior Bolo. Or suspended. One of the two. He also needs to get better. Ryan Madison, get better. Sean Lane, I feel as though he's been injured. Bryce Cartwright started the season off hot. He's now gone cold. Just their forward pack needs to fire, and if they don't, if you can't get good go forward ball in a row, you're going to lose every time. But that's all I've got, bro. Hand it over to you. If you got anything to add, feel free to do so, or else you can move on to the next game. I'll leave it with you.
Yeah, look, I just think these Titans will have something to prove, especially they want to back up their mate David Fafita after missing out on Origin Game 3, especially, him being, he would have been a crucial part of that team, whether they would or lose. I think he would have been a crucial part of that victory or that loss, especially in trying to turn the tides with that intensity and that physicality up the middle. So I think those Titans boys will just wrap around him and really hope that he has the best game possible against this Eels side. I have no idea what the Eels can do to turn this season around. It just looks dead in the water, man. And I've just been, while you've been talking, just clicking away at who I think will win games and lose games. And it's just, yeah. So we're going with the Titans. And the Titans have a possibility. They've got a chance to make the 8. They do. They just have to turn the season right around. I think at the lowest, they got to be about 11th. And I think they can just edge into the 8 on points differential if they win a few key games between now and the end of the season. So, if it wasn't for their super slow start at the start of the year, I think they went, 6 games without a win before picking up a win against the Warriors. And ever since they beat the Warriors, they've sort of been rolling. And the Eels,
Yep.
I thought their season might have turned around when Moses come back. They won that one game when he came back, and then ever since they just slid back into mediocrity. And it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. Now, Saturday 13th of July, 9:35 p.m. at Suncorp Stadium. The Brisbane Broncos take on the St. George Illawarra Dragons. Yes, we're depleted, defeated. Some would even say dead in the water. This is by far one of the most painful seasons I've had to watch. I think this might be up there with that wooden spoon season. I think this might top that wooden spoon season, actually. Because, then we had no talent. Now we've got talent. Proven talent. We went to the grand final last year. And since then, we're somewhat hanging around, which is pissing me off. We're playing like wooden spooners. I don't know what the fuck Kevy's smoking, man. Hear me out. Tristan Saylor at fullback because we have to. Reese is away on Origin duties. Selwyn Cobbo's away on Origin duties. So you'd think Josiah Karapani, natural centre, comes in and plays centre. Because what worked last week didn't work out for us. But nah, we're running that lineup. Dean Mariner back at centre, Corey Oates back on the wing. Dean Mariner, the leading try scorer for the Broncos, on the wing, playing in the centre. That ain't it, man. It hasn't been our season. Kevy's been making, ridiculous calls on this lineup all season long. I'm not a fan of where he's at. A lot of the success that people state he brought to the club, well, all of the on-field success came through Adam Reynolds' playmaking, his leadership on the field. That's where the success was. And, without him there, it's gone missing. So, why is Kevy doing this? Does he not want the Broncos to make the top 8? He says a lot of it comes off their defensive. They had great defensive intensity last week. They had 0 attack. Can't lay all the blame on Ezra Mann because he mustn't be given the keys to take over because it looked like Jock Madden was still trying to steer the ship last week. Now we've got Josh Rogers in. Surely give Ezra Mann the license to just control this team the way he wants it to be run. Otherwise, he's just going to have that unpredictability at the halves. Also, this team can't operate the same way without Adam Reynolds as if he was there. That's what they're trying to do too much, is they're trying to run Adam Reynolds-esque plays. They're trying to run an Adam Reynolds-esque team. He's not there. He can't run it. They can't run it. They're not as experienced as Adam. They just don't have the intangibles that Adam holds. Now I'm looking at saying that's where Smoothie is. He's playing lock. Damn. Fuck. That's when you know you run out of players.
Yep.
We got Smoothie at lock, man. Damn. Like, he's a good player, Don't get me wrong, but damn. What the hell is this lineup? Can't we move? I don't know. Israel Lilta? He sounds like a forward. Man, that's crazy. Alright, yeah, Dragons. By 10 more. The Dragons have shown they can still get it done without Ben Hunt. They still get it done without Lomax during this Origin period, and I think it's because they do get some friendly teams. I think they played against the Panthers one week. They played against the Seagulls one week. So other Origin depleted teams, so it kind of evens them out, and they get us this week. I'm not whinging. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying it's unfair. I've kind of put this season on the back burner. This team pisses me off. This coach annoys me more than anything. I don't see any logic in the teams that he's fielding. Yeah. Is Smoothie our best available player? Does Hetherington not play lock or something? What are they trying? Are we trying to go for a ball playing lock instead of just through the middle?
I don't know, man.
What is the game plan here? Like, for me, Smoothie, I just don't think he's big enough to be playing lock. Let alone, like, if they want a ball playing lock, cool. That's not happening this week. Just, that's not happening. Find a new game plan. You're a coach. Figure it out. But that's not the game plan, man. If the Broncos win, and, I look like a fool saying all this, but as a Bronco fan, I'm sitting here, I'm like, damn. If we do win, it's because a lot of our tries are getting scored off a broken play. Ezra Mam just running amok, but I think Ezra Mam really clicks when he's got Reese and Selwyn together. It's like that three-headed thing, because one of them will get the break, then they offload to the other, then the other like kicks or passes off to them. It's always been a three sort of combo with them. If there's anyone that's just getting a one-on-one, it's Reese, and with Ezra, it's a kick over the top, and then he just hauls ass and catches that thing. Good to see Jordan Ricky back. He's been away for 3 weeks because of that shot on Cam Murray. So he'll be looking to make an impact, but I think it will go amiss this week because we're going up against Jaden Saw, Raymond Faitala Mariner, who's been on form lately, Jack DeBellin, who's been having a year, Flano, who's been playing pretty good. We see Ravalawa coming back on the wing. We haven't seen him for a little while. Yeah, and I think Sloan will actually have a good game. As long as the weather's fine, it's not too slippery. I think, the Dragons are in to win. If it's a wet game, I don't even know. I don't like the look of this Broncos team. I don't know why we keep picking Corey. Like, what has he done this season? Nothing. Like half these players. What have they done this season? Nothing. Yeah, man. I guess the only highlight is we'll get to see Blake Moser play some game this week. Oh, Jack Bird's back for the Dragons, but he's in the reserves at 18th man, so he might get a last-minute call-up. Good to see Jack Bird back. I don't think he's played since that Manly game. Was it Manly or was it against Parramatta?
I can't remember. It's that game where he was in agony on the sideline.
Yeah. Or maybe it was Panthers. One of those teams, anyway. That's it from me. I'm going Dragons. This is the third week in a row that I've picked against the Broncos. I'm just not enjoying Broncos football. Yeah, it's pretty painful to watch.
I have also followed your lead on this game and gone with the Dragons. Hate to say it, bro. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't understand some of the decisions that Kevy has made. And the Dragons, I just kind of like. Well, actually, I don't like what they're doing. I'm not really a Dragons fan. I think that's quite well understood on this podcast. But just don't leave me with much choice, really.
Nah,
I mean,
nah.
hope the boys can get up, but you just never know. So yeah, I mean, you did a lot of the talking that one, and rightfully so. That is your team. I don't really have much more to add other than I've got the Dragons winning. If I had to pick a score again, looking 24-10 to the Dragons. But that
Hey
moves
man,
us
that's
on to
generous.
our last game of your round 19. One and only game on Sunday. Yes. Kicking off at pretty much 6 o'clock. We are at 4 Pines Park, Sydney. It is the 7th place Sea Eagles against. I don't know how the hell the Knights are ninth. This team just continues to confuse me. I don't know how they are where they are in the board, but they are. And this will be. I'm going to just be straight up honest, team. Am I going to watch this game? Probably not. Although it is the only Sunday game, so. But hope so. But I'm just looking at this team, and who do I even want to watch other than, Travojevic of the Tom variety, that is. Wait, he's captain. Buzzy. I wonder if this is his first time as captain. Not too sure about that one. He makes his return. Well, I mean, he returned last week, but he is being shifted back to fullback. I think that's due to the Kohler injury, I believe. I have no idea who the 7 is for the Seagulls. Jamie Humphries, who are you? Luke Brooks, I mean, we all knew he wasn't the guy at Tigers. We thought he would suit better to a Robin role. Start season great. Really, I feel as though he's just been missing for the last freaking
Yeah.
month. So, turns out that he, at the end of the day, was just trash. And it wasn't the West Tigers' fault. He just disappears, comes and goes. Here's one good game followed by one bad month or one below average month. He might be due to go over to the Super League. Looking at the Knights, I mean, Ponga, obviously, origin duties. Both their centres, origin duties. Man, can you believe they got 3 players in origin? That's hard to believe, man. Like, how? Like, we know how, but you would not think that they got 3 players. Unreal. It's just can't quite wrap my head around that one. Thomas can't. Well, clearly you can't. What a name. At centre.
Hey, they went from having the best
Yeah.
to having someone who can't.
Unbelievable. Well, we know what Greg Marju can't fucking do. Mr. Always wants to drop the ball. Get out. Good to see Will Price there at number 6. If he continues as good for him, he's pretty much locked down that position now. Tyson Frizzell is captain. Is that his first time? I think we got the battle of the first time captains. I feel as though Frizzell would have been captain before. I'm not too sure about that one.
Maybe.
Yeah. Looking at the bench, another one. Who was this Clayton Folalo? Who are you?
Who?
No idea who you are. Number 14 for the Sea Eagles. I've never seen that name before. And then, Mr. Aaron Shop. He's on the reserves, bro.
Shoop.
Crazy to think he was our centre for like 2 years straight. Solid as. I thought he was going to have a long career. Just goes to show you how trash those Bulldogs teams were. Because he can't even crack the 17 on. He went to the Titans, couldn't crack the 17 there. Eagles can't crack the 17 there. I really liked it when he was at the Bulldogs too. I understand why we're to get rid of him. I don't really like it. But, fuck, brother. Seems like you should have just stayed and gone New South Wales Cup and just played there. But, oh well. it is what it is. I'm gonna keep this one short and simple because I don't think I'm gonna watch this game. I think I've picked the Eels to win this one. Do you want to know why? I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. Because teams kind of look even. Leo Thompson,
Yeah.
great player. I'm a big fan of his. I think he just got re-signed, or they're looking at re-signing him. Fair enough. He's kind of been a steady improver. I mean, the fact that Jack Harrington can't even crack the 17, well, it looks like he's on the move again. Where he goes to, I don't know. I wonder if he would ever think about going back to the Wars. Because he was good for them when he was a lone player. That's kind of how he got on the map.
I swear
During
everyone
that
goes to the
COVID
Warriors
season.
and goes all right, eh?
I mean, when he was with us, he was just suspended every other week because he was a hothead. And then when Trent Barrett got fired, he was like one of the first to say, well, I want to go somewhere else pretty much. So we were like, yeah, well, get out of here then. And he's got the talent, but man, he just has to be able to harness it. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Seagulls. Final score 20-12. Player of the game goes through the obvious Tom Travojevic. Look for him to either. I reckon he'll be good to score a try, set up a try.
Oh, okay.
That is what I'm going. Yeah, what do you got for this game? What are your thoughts if
Yeah,
you have any?
I'm going with Newcastle. You know, you've given me the task of rebuilding that team in my GM mode. So I've been steady putting the pieces together. You guys will hear more about that on Tuesday's episode. But yeah, look, I'm going to back the Knights. I just name me like I know they've got Olakwatu. They've got where is he? Oh, is he injured at the moment? Where's Paseka? Must be injured. Yes, I guess all they've got is Olakwatu. Nathan Brown plays all right. They got Turbo, Tommy T, Saab, but no one really to get them that ball when they need it, when they want it. You know, they don't have that direction. Who's kicking? Tell me who's kicking, because that's how Saab gets open, man. He gets open on some of those kicks, or he gets good ball play. Who's getting that to him? I don't know.
Yeah,
And I don't.
it's
Yeah,
not looking good.
and you know, the Knights they have a spine. Okay, that's what you need in rugby league. You don't necessarily need superstar players everywhere, but you need a spine. This spine's played together, and they've won some games. You would say normally, they don't have Kalen Ponga. Well, he's been out most of the season. They only had him last week, so Fletcher Sharp he came out 3-4 weeks ago, had a blinder. So he's solid there. I don't know about this Mapapalangi. He almost started up a stutter with me. The only thing that worries me about these Knights is their centres. You know, Dane Gagai, Brabham Best, they've been phenomenal this season. They have been without Best at times this season, but they haven't, I think, missed Gagai. I think Gagai's been there the whole season. I don't think he's missed a game. Maybe he's missed 1 or 2 games, but has been there. But I think off the back of these forwards, they can really get it done. Adam Elliott, yeah, he's good. He's good. So I'm going with Newcastle on this one. And that wraps up week 19. Man, this season is flying by. Flying by. So now let's head over to the TAB, brought to you by Bum, ba, ba, dum, ba, ba, dum. Yui Mega Boom Ultimate is the speaker for you, the speaker for me. This is the joint that gets the parties pumping, baby. You can link more than one speaker up and have parties with all of your friends. You can connect your Spotify, start a party, have multiple speakers, and just space it around the house for surround sound. That is your UE Boom Ultimate is. Is that what UE stands for? Buzzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not know that?
Not sponsored. Nah, no idea. We are not sponsored, by the way. That was just a fake promo. Because we're still looking for sponsors. If you want to sponsor us, or you know someone who should sponsor us, let us know. And to be honest, man, we'd just take a shout out on this social page to draw us more of an audience. We don't even need money right now or product. We just need some more of you guys supporting
Mm-hmm.
us. That's all we
Mm-hmm.
need. Because could you guys imagine the day that this becomes like, a thing where we can actually come out and meet you guys? We can host this at like a pub or something. We can host this straight after the grand final in Australia outside a pub. That's the goal. That's the vision. Envision it. Take us there, Fano. Take us there. We can only get there with your help. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends. And now back to the TAB. This week I'm going with margins because two talked about it and then he mentioned something about $4,000. So I was like, oh, yo, let's roll this one. So, margins. I've been unsuccessful all season. Remember, if I know gamble responsibly, and the most responsible way to gamble is not at all. And I'm not lying. I've got Dolphins to win by more than 10.5 points. I think they're going to win 12 plus. We've got the Tigers to win by more than 10.5 points. I've got them winning by 12 plus. Gold Coast Titans to win by more than 10.5 points. St. George Illawarra Dragons to win by more than 10.5 points. And Manly Illawarra. I've got either team to win by less than 10.5 points. So I think that's going to be the closest game of the round. $10 pays out $3,896.20. Those are my bets for round 19.
Yes, my bets for round 19. I followed a similar path pretty much, just a winning team and margin. So we went with the Rabbitohs to win between 1 to 12. Well, actually, I picked the winning margin to be between 1 and 12 for all of them. So that's just standard across. So now that you know that, I picked the Rabbitohs to win, the Tigers to win, Titans, Dragons, and the Sea Eagles. That $10 bet on that multi comes out to a return of pretty much 4,500, a little over. But yeah,
Yo.
that could be a goer. So I don't need no one to be blowout. No one getting blown out, please.
yeah,
Can't be having that.
please.
Can't be
I just
having
need
that,
them to
man.
win by 12 points. That's all I need to win.
Yeah. And that's
Except for the Knights
us.
game. I need that to be a 6-pointer. So look, that brings us to the end of this show. A little bit long, a little bit short. I don't know. Hard to gauge these, man. They all get lost in the run of things. But look, that's it from me. Thank you all so much for listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Tell someone you know and love and care about. Put them on game. Put them on us, because we are your home of all things NRL and rugby league. But that's it from me. This is Rawiri signing out. Thank you so much. I'm going to hand it over to two for the final word.
As always, we like to thank our supporters, both near and far. We really do love the support. We are a channel here, but we're also a community that is have this thing in common called the sport of rugby league, in particular the NRL. But yes, thank you for tuning in to this episode. We will see you next Thursday, where we will be going over. No, not Thursday. On Tuesday, it will be the review show of round 19, and we might even dig deeper into our Origin game, which is coming up next week. Game 3 should be a good one. Other than that, I will let you guys go. Oh, okay. No, I'll let you guys go. And we will see you when we see you. Until then, cheer to the cheer. Mā te wā.